The fitness industry doesn't want you to know this, but the truth is, you can lose fat fast. For years, we've been told that slow and steady weight loss is the only way. Speech balloon, just eat fewer calories. Speech balloon, move more. Speech balloon, be patient. The fat will come off eventually. But let's be honest. Most people don't have months or years to wait for results. They try diet after diet, workout plan after workout plan, and when the results are too slow, they give up. I've seen it happen over and over again. Backhand index pointing right. Maybe you've tried cutting calories, but you felt tired and hungry all the time. Backhand index pointing right. Maybe you've been stuck at the same weight for weeks, despite exercising every day. Backhand index pointing right. Maybe you need to drop fat quickly for an event, a wedding, a vacation, or just to feel good in your own body again. Here's the truth, there are safe, science-backed methods to accelerate fat loss. You don't need dangerous drugs. You don't need hours of cardio every day. And you definitely don't need to starve yourself. In this video, I'm going to reveal a powerful, research-backed method to help you lose fat fast, without destroying your metabolism or losing muscle. Flexed biceps. This is not another fad diet. It's a real strategy that works. And here's the best part, you don't need months to see results, you can start seeing changes in just a few days. Push pin. Who is this for? White heavy checkmark if you're tired of slow progress and need a real breakthrough. White heavy checkmark if you have an event coming up and want to look your best. White heavy checkmark if you've been stuck and want to finally break through your fat loss plateau. White heavy checkmark if you're an athlete or fitness enthusiast looking to get lean fast. Warning, but there's one catch, this method only works if you follow it correctly. Fire. Stay until the end, because I'll also reveal the #1 mistake that ruins fast fat loss. So, are you ready? Let's get started. When it comes to fat loss, you have 3 main choices. But not all of them are created equal. I've spent years experimenting, researching, and working with people trying to lose weight and transform their bodies. And I've seen the same pattern over and over again. Most people choose one of these 3 approaches. Keycap 1. Slow and sustainable approach, the long-term method. This is the traditional advice you hear everywhere. Small blue diamond. Eat a little less. Small blue diamond. Move a little more. Small blue diamond. Lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Now, does this method work? Absolutely. It's the best approach for building lifelong healthy habits, and it's scientifically proven to help maintain weight loss in the long run. But here's the problem. Hourglass not done. It takes time. For someone who needs fast results, maybe for a wedding, vacation, or competition, waiting months or years just isn't an option. And let's be real, slow results are frustrating. If you don't see changes quickly, it's easy to lose motivation and quit. Backhand index pointing right. So while this method works, it's not for everyone, especially if you need results fast. Keycap 2. Fat loss drugs and supplements, the risky shortcut. Now, this is where things get controversial. Some people turn to fat loss drugs like clenbuterol, Ozempic, or other weight loss pills. And yes, they do work. Some of them are even backed by science and used in medical weight loss programs. But here's what they don't tell you. Police car. Like many of these drugs come with serious side effects. Police car. Like some are illegal or banned for a reason. Police car. Like your body can become dependent on them, so when you stop, the fat comes back. I've seen people lose weight rapidly on weight loss drugs, but the moment they stop taking them, they regain everything, and sometimes even more. Not to mention, some of these drugs can cause crossmark heart problems, crossmark insomnia and anxiety, crossmark muscle loss instead of fat loss. Backhand index pointing right. So while fat loss drugs may seem like a shortcut, they're often not worth the risk. Keycap 3. Fast fat loss, the science-backed method, our focus today. And that brings us to the method we're focusing on today, fast fat loss. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, oh no, another extreme diet, listen up. Fast fat loss can work when done correctly, without ruining your metabolism, without starving yourself, and without crazy workouts. Small Blue Diamond. This method focuses on high protein, low carb eating to burn fat fast while keeping muscle. Small Blue Diamond. It's backed by scientific studies used by bodybuilders, athletes, and people needing rapid weight loss. Small Blue Diamond. It's not meant to be long-term, but when done right, it can kickstart your fat loss in just a few weeks. And in the next section, I'm going to break down exactly how it works, step by step, so you can use it safely and effectively. Fire. But here's the catch, this method is not for everyone. Stay with me, because I'll also reveal who should avoid this approach and why. So, what is the fast fat loss method? And how can you use it to drop fat quickly while keeping your muscle? I'm not talking about starvation. I'm not talking about losing weight in an unhealthy way. I'm talking about a scientifically backed, short-term method that helps you burn fat fast while keeping your body strong. This method is called the protein-sparing modified fast, PSMF. It's used by bodybuilders, athletes, and people who need to drop fat quickly for a specific reason. Let's break it down. White heavy checkmark. What is the protein-sparing modified fast, PSMF? Think of it as a supercharged fat loss protocol designed to help you lose weight fast without sacrificing muscle. Light bulb. Why is this important? Because on most extreme diets, people lose both fat and muscle. That's why they feel weak, tired, and look skinny fat instead of lean. But with PSMF, you keep your muscle while your body burns only fat. Pushpin. This works because of three key principles. Keycap 1. High protein intake, to prevent muscle loss. Keycap 2. Low carbs, to trigger fat burning and reduce water retention. Keycap 3. Minimal fat intake, to force your body to burn stored fat. Now, let's go deeper into each of these. White heavy checkmark. How does PSMF work? Small Blue Diamond. Step 1, high protein intake, 1.2-1.5 g per pound of body weight. Protein is your number one priority in this diet. Why? Because when you cut calories drastically, your body tries to break down muscle for energy. More protein equals muscle protection. Heavy checkmark. You should eat lean proteins like chicken breast, poultry leg, egg whites, egg, lean fish, tilapia, cod, low-fat cottage cheese, cheese wedge, whey protein shakes, cup with straw. Small Blue Diamond. Step 2, low carbs, reduce water retention and insulin response. Carbs hold water weight and spike insulin, which slows fat burning. By cutting carbs, except fiber from vegetables, you'll drop weight fast. Heavy checkmark. Best low-carb veggies to eat. Spinach, leafy green. Cucumber, zucchini, eggplant. Lettuce, green salad. Avoid starchy vegetables and fruits, they contain too many carbs. Small Blue Diamond. Step 3, minimal fat intake, except for healthy omega-3s. Yes, fat is important for hormones, but on PSMF, we only keep essential fats like omega-3s. Heavy checkmark. Best sources of omega-3s. Fish oil supplements, fish, flax seeds, chia seeds. Police car light, but avoid added fats from oils, butter, nuts, or fatty meats. White heavy checkmark. Hydration and electrolytes are crucial. Since this diet cuts carbs, your body flushes out a lot of water. That's why staying hydrated is key. Droplet. Drink plenty of. Heavy checkmark. Water, sweat droplets. Heavy checkmark. Black coffee, hot beverage. Heavy checkmark. Green tea, teacup without handle. To prevent fatigue and muscle cramps, you must replace lost electrolytes. Heavy checkmark. Add salt, potassium, and magnesium to your diet. White heavy checkmark. Who should consider PSMF? This diet isn't for everyone. But if you need fast results, this might be perfect for you. Pushpin who can benefit. Heavy checkmark people preparing for an event, wedding, vacation, photo shoot, camera with flash. Heavy checkmark athletes who need to cut weight for competition trophy. Heavy checkmark people with medical needs, losing weight before surgery, hospital. Heavy checkmark anyone who wants to break a fat loss plateau fire. Pushpin who should avoid this diet. Crossmark if you have a history of eating disorders. Crossmark if you can't stick to a structured, disciplined diet. Crossmark if you're looking for a long-term lifestyle change. This is a short-term fat loss tool, not a permanent diet. White heavy checkmark how long should you follow PSMF? This is not a long-term diet. 7 to 14 days max, then transition back to a balanced maintenance diet. Tear off calendar if you have more fat to lose, you can do this diet for longer periods with breaks in between. But if you're already lean, your body will stop responding after 7 to 10 days. Rocket. So now you know how PSMF works, but how do you actually follow it? Stay with me, because in the next section, I'll show you exactly how to set up your PSMF meal plan step by step. So, does fast fat loss really work? Or is it just another internet trend? I know what some of you are thinking. Speech balloon, isn't fast weight loss just water weight? Speech balloon, won't I lose muscle instead of fat? Speech balloon, is this even safe? These are valid questions, and I wouldn't be talking about this method if it weren't backed by real science and real results. Let's break it down. Bar chart scientific studies that prove this works. Keycap 1 high-protein diets prevent muscle loss during fat loss. Many people fear that cutting calories too fast equals losing muscle. And that's true, unless you eat enough protein. White heavy checkmark a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high-protein diets help retain lean muscle mass during calorie restriction. Backhand index pointing right. This is why PSMF, protein-sparing modified fast, works so well. It forces your body to burn fat for energy while preserving muscle, as long as you keep protein intake high, 1.2-1.5 g per pound of body weight. Light bulb. What does this mean for you? Heavy checkmark you lose fat, not muscle. Heavy checkmark you stay strong, even when cutting calories. Heavy checkmark your metabolism doesn't slow down. Keycap 2 lower carbs equals lower insulin equals faster fat burning. Carbohydrates affect insulin levels, which controls fat storage. White heavy checkmark a study in the Journal of Obesity and Metabolism showed that reducing carbs significantly increases fat burning because insulin levels drop, allowing the body to access stored fat. This is why low-carb, high-protein diets are so effective for rapid fat loss. Light bulb. What does this mean for you? Heavy checkmark you burn fat faster because your body isn't relying on carbs. Heavy checkmark you lose water weight initially, but then shift to burning real fat. Keycap 3 hydration and electrolytes prevent fatigue and muscle cramps. One of the biggest mistakes people make on fast fat loss diets. Not drinking enough water or replenishing electrolytes. White heavy checkmark a study in the Journal of Sports Medicine found that electrolyte imbalances, sodium, potassium, magnesium, are the #1 cause of fatigue, headaches, and muscle cramps on low-carb diets. Light bulb. What does this mean for you? Heavy checkmark if you stay hydrated and replace electrolytes, you'll feel great, not exhausted. Heavy checkmark this is why drinking water, green tea, and adding salt to your diet is so important. Pushpin real-world proof, athletes and bodybuilders use this method. This isn't just theory, elite athletes, bodybuilders, and fighters use this exact method to drop fat quickly while maintaining muscle. Manlifting weights bodybuilders before competitions cut carbs and increase protein to get shredded fast. Boxing glove fighters cutting weight for a match follow PSMF-style diets to drop fat without losing strength. Direct hit actors preparing for movie roles use similar aggressive but controlled fat loss strategies. Light bulb. What does this mean for you? Heavy checkmark. If it works for high-level athletes, it can work for you too. Heavy checkmark. This isn't a gimmick, it's a proven strategy backed by science and real-world application. Fire. Now that you understand why this works, let's move on to how to set up your own fast fat loss plan step by step. Now that you know why this diet works, let's break down exactly how to follow it step by step. This is where the magic happens. It's not enough to understand the science, you need a clear, actionable plan that gets results. And if you follow these steps correctly, you'll start seeing fat loss within days. So grab a pen, take some notes, and let's get started. Hammer and wrench. Step 1, set your protein intake. Protein is the foundation of this diet. Without enough protein, your body will break down muscle instead of fat, and we don't want that. Pushpin. How much protein do you need? White heavy checkmark 1.2 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, 68 kilograms, you need around 180-225 g of protein per day. Pushpin. Best protein sources. Heavy checkmark skinless chicken breast poultry leg. Heavy checkmark egg whites egg. Heavy checkmark lean fish, tilapia, cod, tuna, fish. Heavy checkmark low-fat cottage cheese cheese wedge. Heavy checkmark whey protein shakes cup with straw. Police car light. Avoid fatty meats like pork belly, ribeye steak, or full-fat dairy. This is a low-fat diet. Green salad. Step 2, choose your low-carb vegetables. You can and should eat vegetables, but only the right ones. Pushpin. Why low-carb veggies? Heavy checkmark. They add fiber to keep digestion smooth. Heavy checkmark. They keep you feeling full and satisfied. Heavy checkmark. They help prevent constipation, a common issue on low-carb diets. Pushpin. Best low-carb vegetables. Heavy checkmark spinach leafy green. Heavy checkmark cucumber. Heavy checkmark zucchini eggplant. Heavy checkmark lettuce green salad. Police car light. Avoid high-carb vegetables like potatoes, carrots, and corn. Cut of meat. Step 3, limit fat intake, keep only essential omega-3s. This is not a high-fat diet. Your body should be burning its own fat for fuel, not relying on dietary fat. Pushpin. What fats should you eat? Heavy checkmark omega-3 from fish oil supplements fish. Heavy checkmark flax seeds and chia seeds. Police car light. Avoid unnecessary fats from crossmark butter. Crossmark nuts and seeds, except flax and chia, chestnut. Crossmark cheese, only eat low-fat options. The less fat you eat, the more body fat you'll burn. Droplet. Step 4, stay hydrated, water, black coffee, or green tea. Light bulb. Did you know? A lack of hydration can slow fat loss and cause fatigue, dizziness, and muscle cramps. Pushpin. What should you drink? Heavy checkmark water sweat droplets, at least 2 to 3 liters per day. Heavy checkmark black coffee hot beverage, boosts metabolism. Heavy checkmark green tea teacup without handle, natural fat burner. Heavy checkmark electrolytes, add a pinch of salt to water. Police car light. Avoid crossmark sugary drinks, fruit juice, milk. Crossmark alcohol, kills fat loss progress. Tear off calendar. Step 5, monitor your progress, track 3-day weight trends. Here's a mistake people make, they expect to lose weight every day. That's not how the body works. Pushpin. How to track fat loss correctly. Heavy checkmark weigh yourself every morning after using the bathroom. Heavy checkmark compare weight trends every 3 days. Heavy checkmark if the scale is moving down, keep going. Heavy checkmark if the scale stalls for 3+ days, adjust your intake. Light bulb. What's a good fat loss rate? White heavy checkmark 0.5 to 1.5 pounds, 0.2 to 0.7 kilograms, per day for the first week. White heavy checkmark after that, 1 to 2 pounds per week is normal. Police car light. If you're losing more than 2 pounds per day, increase your protein slightly. Hourglass not done. Step 6, stop at the right time, transition back to maintenance. Pushpin, when should you stop this diet? Heavy checkmark if your fat loss slows for 5+ days in a row. Heavy checkmark if you feel too weak, dizzy, or fatigued. Heavy checkmark after 7 to 14 days max, this is a short-term plan. Pushpin, how to transition off the diet correctly. Keycap 1, slowly increase calories, add healthy fats and carbs back gradually. Keycap 2, continue high protein intake to maintain results. Keycap 3, eat balanced meals to avoid regaining weight. Follow these steps, and you'll see real fat loss in just a few weeks. In the next section, I'll reveal the most common mistakes people make that ruin their fat loss, and how you can avoid them. Before you start this diet, I need to be 100% honest with you, this is not for everyone. Yes, this method works, and yes, you can lose fat fast, but only if you do it correctly. I've seen people make huge mistakes that ruin their progress and even damage their health. So before you begin, listen carefully to these warnings. Police car light, don't do this if. Crossmark, you have a history of eating disorders. If you've struggled with binge eating, starvation, or an unhealthy relationship with food, this diet is not for you. Pushpin, why? Because PSMF is a strict and aggressive approach, and it can lead to obsessive food behaviors if you're not careful. Crossmark, you can't maintain discipline with a structured diet. This method requires control. If you're someone who struggles with following a structured plan, you might feel frustrated. Pushpin, instead, try a more sustainable approach like moderate calorie reduction over a longer period. Crossmark, you expect this to work forever. Pushpin, reality check, PSMF is not a permanent diet. It's a tool to drop fat quickly, but if you don't transition to a balanced maintenance diet, you will regain the weight. Warning, common mistakes that ruin fast fat loss. Crossmark, not eating enough protein leads to muscle loss. Light bulb, your body needs protein to protect muscle. If you're cutting calories and not eating enough protein, you'll lose strength and feel weaker. Pushpin solution. White heavy checkmark, stick to 1.2-1.5 g of protein per pound of body weight. White heavy checkmark, prioritize lean meats, egg whites, and whey protein. Crossmark, forgetting electrolytes causes dizziness and fatigue. Police car light, one of the biggest mistakes. When you cut carbs, your body flushes out water and electrolytes, leading to headaches, muscle cramps, and low energy. Pushpin solution. White heavy checkmark, drink plenty of water, at least 2 to 3 liters per day. White heavy checkmark, add sodium, potassium, and magnesium to your diet. White heavy checkmark, use electrolyte supplements or add salt to water if needed. Crossmark, going back to a bad diet after losing weight regain. You lost weight fast, but what happens when you finish the diet? Pushpin, the worst mistake. Police car light, going back to junk food, overeating, and unhealthy habits. Police car light, your body will store fat quickly if you don't transition properly. Pushpin solution. White heavy checkmark, after PSMF, slowly reintroduce carbs and fats. White heavy checkmark, stick to high protein, balanced meals to maintain results. White heavy checkmark, keep tracking your progress for at least 2 to 4 weeks post-diet. Microphone, now you know what to avoid, so you don't waste your time or ruin your results. Fire, in the next section, I'll share more advanced fat loss hacks that can help you maximize your success, so stay with me. So, you've followed the diet, lost fat, and now you're feeling great. But what happens next? The biggest mistake people make after a fast fat loss diet is jumping right back into old eating habits. Police car light, if you go from eating super clean to binge eating, you will regain the weight fast. That's why transitioning correctly is just as important as the diet itself. Let me show you how to reintroduce foods and maintain your results. Counterclockwise arrows button, how to transition back to normal eating. Pushpin step 1, increase calories gradually, not all at once. After a low-calorie diet, your body is in fat-burning mode. If you suddenly eat too much, your metabolism won't be able to handle it. White heavy checkmark. How to do it right. Heavy checkmark. Increase calories by 100 to 200 kilocalories per day for the first week. Heavy checkmark. Focus on high protein, balanced meals. Heavy checkmark. Avoid overeating junk food or processed carbs. Light bulb example. If you were eating 1,200 kilocalories per day on PSMF, increase to 1,400 to 1,500 kilocalories for the first few days. Slowly work your way up to your maintenance calories over 2 to 3 weeks. Pushpin. Step 2, introduce healthy carbs and fats slowly. Pushpin. Why? Because after a low-carb diet, your body stores carbs as glycogen, which brings back some water weight. White heavy checkmark. How to do it right. Heavy checkmark. Start with slow-digesting carbs. Oatmeal bowl with spoon. Sweet potatoes. Roasted sweet potato. Brown rice. Cooked rice. Heavy checkmark. Add healthy fats gradually. Avocados. Avocado. Nuts and seeds. Chestnut. Olive oil. Police car light. What not to do. Crossmark. Don't binge on fast food, pastries, or sodas. Crossmark. Avoid going from zero carbs to high carb all at once, this causes bloating and weight rebound. Pushpin. Step 3, maintain weight with a structured diet. Fire. Remember, this was a tool, not a lifestyle. Now, it's time to build a balanced diet you can sustain long-term. White heavy checkmark. What to do next. Heavy checkmark. Keep eating high-protein meals to maintain muscle. Heavy checkmark. Follow a structured meal plan, don't just wing it. Heavy checkmark. Monitor your weight weekly and adjust as needed. Light bulb. What's the goal? Not just to stay lean, but to feel strong, energized, and in control of your health. Microphone. Fast fat loss works, but it's not a long-term solution. Think of it as a tool, not a permanent lifestyle. If you follow this transition plan, you'll keep your results and continue feeling great. Fire. In the final section, I'll share my closing thoughts and how you can take your fat loss journey to the next level. Stay tuned. Alright, we've covered everything you need to know about fast fat loss, now it's your turn. Speech balloon. Would you try this method? Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to fat loss? I read every single comment and would love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor. Thumbs up. Hit the like button, this helps more people discover the truth about fat loss. Outbox Tray. Share this video with someone who is struggling to lose weight, this could change their life. White heavy checkmark. Subscribe to the channel for more science-backed fitness and diet strategies, no gimmicks, just real results. Bell. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new video that could transform your body and health. Fire. Remember, losing fat fast is possible when done correctly. This method is a tool, it's not magic, it's science. Light bulb. If you stay consistent, disciplined, and follow the steps, you'll be amazed at what your body can achieve. So go out there, take action, and make it happen. I'll see you in the next video.